I used to be scared of food. I used to be scared of carbs and fat and restrict and feel hungry. Understanding macros isn't just about restriction, it's about food freedom. It changed my relationship with food in the best way. It is so good, it literally tastes like a cookie. You don't have to track forever. Call it Macro 101. What's up guys, it's Caroline. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about macros. I know they can be really confusing, but if you want to see real results and feel your best, they're so important. I used to have no idea what macros were. I grew up playing competitive soccer and I remember my coaches would always tell us to eat carbs, carb load before a game, but I never really knew why. When I took the time to learn what macros are and what they can do for my body, that is when I saw real results and changed my relationship with food for the better. In today's video, I'm gonna break down what macros are, why they matter, and how to use them to reach your goals, and show you a couple of my favorite macro-friendly recipes. I could go deep into each macro, but today we're gonna keep it really simple and high level just so you can get a basic understanding. We're gonna call it Macro 101. So, what are macros? Macro is short for macronutrients. They are the three main nutrients for our body that you need in large amounts: protein, fats, and carbs. Alcohol is kind of its own thing, and maybe I'll do another video all about alcohol. For today's video, we're gonna focus on the three main ones again: fat, protein, carbs. So each macro has a certain amount of calories per gram. So carbs and protein have 4 calories per gram, while fat has 9 calories per gram. First, let's start with protein. You've probably heard that protein is the building block of our bodies. And if you've watched some of my videos, you've heard me talk about the importance of a high protein diet as a competitive bodybuilder, but really every woman should be eating enough protein. Protein is essential for maintaining and growing lean muscle. It's also the most satiating macro, so it will keep you fuller for longer. Some good protein sources are like lean meats, chicken, dairy, like Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. If you're trying to eat more protein, a good place to start is 1 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight. So if you're wanting to be 130 pounds, aim for 130 grams of protein. Next up, we've got fats. Fats are crucial for hormone health, absorbing vitamins, and brain function. There are healthy fats and not so healthy fats, but to keep this simple, I'm not gonna go into that, but some healthy fat options are nuts, nut butters, olive oil, avocado, things like that. Now we're gonna talk about carbs. I know a lot of women are scared of carbs. I used to be scared of carbs, but when you know what they can do for you and how they fuel your body, you will love carbs and not just how they taste. Carbs are your body's main source of energy. They fuel your workouts and help your body recover. Now that we've gone over what each macro is, what it does, what do you do with this information? Why can't you just count calories? Tracking macros will actually help you understand what you're putting into your body and how to fuel it properly to reach your goals. You might think you are eating a healthy, balanced diet, but when you start actually tracking your macros and looking at the content of what you're eating, you might be surprised. Here's why tracking will help you reach your goals: quality over quantity. Calorie counting treats all calories as equal, but your body doesn't. 200 calories of chicken is gonna affect your body very differently than 200 calories of candy. Tracking your macros will help you get the right balance of nutrients so you can feel your best and perform your best. Like if you're eating 200 calories of chicken, you'll probably feel it pretty good, whereas the candy might make you feel sick. Body composition. If you're looking to build muscle or lose fat, macro ratios are crucial. Eating enough protein is essential for muscle growth and repair, while carbs and fat will help energy levels and hormone function. Performance. The macros you're eating make a big impact on how you feel. The right balance of protein, fats, and carbs is gonna help your energy levels, endurance, and recovery. Sustainable habits. A diet balanced in macros is often more satisfying and easier to stick to long term. When you're eating enough protein, fats, and carbs, you're less likely to feel deprived instead of trying to cut out all carbs or all fats, which can lead to binging or yo-yo dieting. Metabolic health. Proper macro balance can help your blood sugar, cholesterol levels, and overall metabolic health. Flexibility. I know tracking can feel overwhelming or restrictive, but that's because we've been conditioned to associate it with restrictive weight loss diets and fads that leave us hungry and miserable. But here's the truth. Understanding macros isn't just about restriction, it's about food freedom. Tracking your macros is going to allow you to have flexibility in your food choices. As long as you hit your macro goals or get close enough, you really don't have to be perfect. You can include a huge variety of foods that you actually enjoy. Even when I was getting ready for a competition, I still incorporate a big variety of foods in my diet that I actually love, making it doable and sustainable, and I don't feel like I need to binge. There are long-term benefits to tracking macros. It might seem tedious at first, but it's gonna be a lot less frustrating than feeling like you're doing everything and not seeing any results. There are a lot of apps that make it easy. I like to use Macro Factor, but there's MyFitnessPal and like a million others. You don't have to track forever. Over time, you'll develop a better understanding of portion sizes and the macros that are in certain foods that you like to eat often. The goal of tracking isn't to be perfect, it's to be aware of what you're eating and make informed decisions. It's really a skill that will help you your whole life. It's just nice to have an idea like that there's 20 to 30 grams of protein in the average chicken breast you'll get at a restaurant. Or one of my favorites, because I am so excited for fall, I know it's early, but a pumpkin spice latte has 52 grams of carbs and 14 grams of fat. I'm not saying you cannot eat that, it's just helpful to know. If you struggle with disordered eating, then tracking might not be for you. When I first heard of bodybuilding, I thought it was a surefire way to get an eating disorder, but once I took the time to really understand what foods and what portion size fuel my body, it changed my relationship with food in the best way. I used to be scared of food. I used to be scared of carbs and fat and restrict and feel hungry. But now that I know what food fuels my body and makes me feel my best, I'm not scared of food. So I hope that little breakdown was helpful. Now we're gonna go hit the gym and blast those legs, and then I'm gonna show you some of my favorite macro-friendly recipes. All right, today we're gonna hit the glute and hamstring. So we're gonna start with some barbell good mornings. These are great for targeting your hamstrings and your lower back. Keep that core tight and hinge at the hips. It's all about controlled movement here. My legs are shaking. Moving on to some unilateral leg work with Smith machine alternating lunges. Focus on driving through your heel on the way up to really engage those glutes. Next, we're gonna do glute focused back extensions. Really focus on mind muscle connection here, aka feel the burn in your booty. To target the glutes, you're going to position your feet a little wider than shoulder width with your toes slightly outward. Hold the weight close to your chest and round your back a little. This shifts the work from your lower back to your glutes. At the top, squeeze it really hard. Fourth up, we've got dumbbell sumo squats. Wide stance, toes pointed out. You can probably lift heavier than you think here, so don't be scared of big dumbbells. Sink low and feel the burn. Now for lying leg curls. Machines are ideal for isolation because we can really work the hamstring without needing to use any other muscles for balance or support. Try to go slow on the way up and the way down. Last but not least, calf raises. Often neglected but essential. Push through the balls of your feet and squeeze at the top. Try to be slow and controlled on the way down to maximize time under tension. Remember, form is key for all of these exercises. It's not about how much weight you're moving, so no ego lifting. We want to target those muscles as effectively as possible. Now I'm gonna make one of my favorite post-workout meals, which is very balanced in all the macros. It is my snickerdoodle smoothie. It is so good, it literally tastes like a cookie. I take a blender with some ice. Also, I've got my scale here so I can weigh my ingredients. I'm going to do a frozen banana, which is 116 grams. Half a cup of oats, a scoop of protein powder, cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I do a lot, and that is what makes it a snickerdoodle. Stevia. And I never really measure my almond milk. It's so low calorie that it's not a big deal. So just whatever your blender needs. We're gonna blend that up. And salt. Cannot forget the salt. Now we'll blend it up. Oh, this is so good. I'm so excited. Thick. I like my smoothies thick. Let's give it a little taste test. Guys, it really does taste like a cookie. I'm not kidding. A lot of times I'll have it like this, but I need some healthy fat, so I'm gonna add some peanut butter. Peanut butter can be a little tricky to track. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Take your peanut butter and put it on the scale and then zero the scale. And then you can just take the negative of it. So it's at 0 and I just want half a serving, which is 16 grams. That is exactly 16 grams of peanut butter. So you just pop it on the scale and take the negative. Otherwise, if you're trying to like put it on your spoon and then measure, are you gonna get the spoon weight, blah, blah, blah. Now I log all of that into my app. And this smoothie is 35 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat, and 60 carbs, which totals up to be 467 calories, which is kind of a lot, but it's what my body needs after a workout. I got a healthy balance of protein, fat, and carbs. Now we're gonna go on a little walk and then run to the grocery store and grab a few things and make a yummy macro-friendly dinner. Got all the goods. Now I'm just gonna chop up some basil. We're doing a lemon spaghetti squash, if you will. Spaghetti squash is cooked. Just gonna squeeze some lemon on there. I'm getting hot. Okay, I've got some meal prepped chicken, so I'm just gonna heat this up. Handy dandy food scale. So I've got my protein and my carbs in a veggie, and then I'm gonna add a little cheese for some healthy fat. Probably should have grated that up, but here we go. Now we've got carbs, fat, and protein. A very healthy, balanced meal. Okay guys, now it is my favorite time of day, creamy time. I have a protein ice cream almost every single night. It is like the highlight of my day. I just love them so much. And the macros are so good. All it is a scoop of protein powder, cocoa powder, almond milk, salt, and stevia. So I really only count the calories from the protein powder, which is basically 20 grams of protein. So let's whip this bad boy up. So beautiful and so creamy. I love my nightly creamies. Well, I hope this video was helpful, a little breakdown of what macros are and what they can do for your body. In summary, you need protein to build muscle and maintain muscle. Good sources of protein are meats, dairy, and protein powder. And remember, there's 4 calories per gram of protein. Fats, you need them for hormone health and brain function. Healthy fat sources are avocado, nut butters, nuts, fatty fish, and there are 9 calories per gram of fat. So those add up more quickly. Carbs, we need them for energy. Some good sources of carbs are rice, oats, bread, things like that. And there are 4 calories, just like protein, per gram of carbs. Let me know if you want me to go more in depth into any of these macros or whatever questions you have, because I know it's complicated. I've been there. I had to do my research and really understand what fueling my body looks like and what it can do for me. And I love to share some fun, healthy, macro-friendly recipes along the way. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.